Get that gun out of your
damn Connecticut State Trooper.
I don't care who you are.
Right now.
You spit in my face.
Get off my property right now.
You're going to jail now.
Get
Look
off
at
my
this.
property
Look
right
at
now.
this. He spit in my
Get off my
face.
property.
You're
right
going
in my
to jail.
face.
It's all being recorded.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. Because you don't face any
right now.
consequences. Don't
This is
spit
the
in my
biggest
face.
mistake you ever
No,
made.
no, it's not.
This
It's
is
the biggest mistake
you
ever made. Look at the gun in his hand.
That man walking off with a gun is a Connecticut State Trooper named Brian Fahey. The mistake, as you will see, was clearly his. And now, thanks to Fahey's lunatic actions and an apparent police cover-up, Fahey and his cop colleagues are facing a massive lawsuit. Hello everybody, David Shuster here. If Brian Fahey's name sounds familiar, it's because he has a history of deranged behavior.
I should get to work, is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
We're going to have a problem between you and I.
You don't do it interfering.
His body camera's on.
His
His body camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera on.
I don't care.
Stop,
I
man.
don't care.
Step back.
Right?
Following that eruption a few years ago at Sean Paul Reyes, Long Island Audit, Reyes and other citizen journalists began investigating Fahey and turned up a string of controversies. The latest involves unexplained overtime pay.
And Sergeant Brian Fahey makes over $200,000 a year. Now get this, $75,000 of that $212,000 to be exact comes from overtime. $75,000. How can this be?
It's a good question. Fahey works a 9-to-5 desk job after being blocked from patrol duties, allegedly because of his temper. Reyes did what any solid journalist would do. He tried to ask Fahey directly about the overtime story.
So as always, you always want to be on the lookout for any no trespassing signs, restricted area signs. I don't see why there would be in this neighborhood here, but you know, we just want to ask some questions, see what's going on with this overtime allegation. Hopefully he answers us. It says here, the Faheys, looks like we're in the right spot. Again, there aren't any no trespassing signs. We're just coming in peace to ask some questions. Oh, I'm currently being recorded, his Ring camera said.
Can I help you?
Hey, Sergeant Fahey, how are you?
You gotta get off my property. It's posted no trespassing.
Nope, there is no posted sign.
Yeah,
There's no
right,
problem.
yeah.
Do you have any, let's go.
The let's go was from Reyes to his camera person.
Do you have any comment on the allegations that you are,
my property
I am
right
moving. Do you have any comment on the allegations that you are receiving? Couldn't even get the question out. Ladies and gentlemen, he was so angry. Couldn't even get the question out. He says that there's no trespassing signs. Let's see. Let's see if there's no trespassing signs. What a coward. He can assault me in broad daylight while receiving taxpayer money. But the minute an independent journalist comes to his home, and he's probably gonna try and get me unlawfully arrested now. As you could see, I moved back his camera that says you're currently being recorded. Film this guy. You're crazy. What do you think I'm doing, you psycho? You have a weapon in your hand? What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't have any weapons. I'm a journalist. What do you think I'm doing, you psychopath? What do you think I'm doing?
Get off
What
my
do you
property
think I'm
right
doing?
now.
What do you think
Get
I'm
off
doing?
my property right now.
I'm off your property.
This is my property.
Well, do you see me
All
not
the way
moving?
to the cul-de-sac.
Calm down.
Get off my
that gun
property.
Get that gun out of
Get
your
off
hand,
my
you psycho.
property.
Get that gun
I'm
out
a
of your hand.
Connecticut State Trooper.
I don't care who you are.
Trespassing
I don't
on
care
my
who you are. I don't
property.
care who you
Get
are.
off my
I don't care who you are.
right now.
You spit in my
Get off
face.
my property
You're
right
going
now.
to jail now.
Get
Look
off
at
my
this.
property
Look
right
at
now.
this. He spit in my
Get off
face.
my
You're
right
going
in my
to jail.
face. I'm spitting as I'm talking to you.
No, you spit
Get
in
off
my
my
face.
property
You spit in
right
my face.
now.
You spit in my face.
Get off my
You're
property
going to jail.
right now.
I'm going.
Get off my property.
I've been going.
Right
Since the
now.
moment you told me.
Get off
That's
my
not
property.
how criminal trespass
right
works,
now.
psycho.
Get
You're
off
a
my
psycho,
property
bro.
right
Look
now.
at the gun in his hand. This guy's
Goddamn
crazy.
right. I'm a Connecticut State Trooper.
I don't give a shit who you
are.
are.
Trespassing on my property.
That doesn't matter. You can't
threatened
break
to
the law.
kill me.
I didn't.
You threatened to
You
kill me
lied.
online.
Right? No, I
Get
did
off
not.
my
Liar.
right
You
now.
are a liar.
Right now.
Look, see the big
Get off
beautiful
my
billboard
property.
truck? It's all being recorded.
I don't care.
It's all being. I
Get
know you
off
don't
my
care.
property
'Cause you don't face any
right now.
consequences.
Get off
you don't
my
face
property
any consequences
right now.
Don't
This is
spit
the
in my
biggest
face.
mistake you ever
No,
made.
no, it's not.
This
It's
is the biggest mistake
you
you ever made.
No,
Get
it's
off
not.
my property right now.
It's not the biggest mistake
Get
I
off
ever
my
made.
property right
It's
now.
not the biggest mistake.
Get off
You
my
are spit in my
property.
face.
I
You
didn't spit in your face.
You disgusting.
I was spitting
You
on
dis-
you
Yeah.
while I'm yelling at you to get off my
Yeah,
property
you spit-
right
Get
now.
off. I'm off your property. Now what? Now what? Look at the gun in his hand.
That's right, I have a gun in my hand. I'm a state trooper.
I don't
And
care.
you threatened to kill me
No,
online.
I did
So
not.
I'm protecting myself
No,
and my
I did-
family.
no, I did
Don't
not.
ever in my house again.
No problem. I'll stand right here with my billboard truck.
You go right ahead.
Yeah.
Go right
No
ahead.
problem.
I don't
You
care.
spit in my face, you're
Don't
going to
ever
jail.
come back to
You're
my
going to
house
You're
again.
going to jail.
Don't ever
You're
come
going
back to my
jail.
house
It's okay
again.
for you to assault people and break people's property, but I can't ask questions about your time, about
You're
your
a
overtime,
my over-
$75,000
More than
for
that,
a desk
buddy.
job.
More than
More
that.
than that, right? More than that. I'm gotta go. What a crazy psychopath.
Moments later, a Groton police officer arrived.
I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not doing anything.
Over here. True.
He just
Stay
spit
right here.
in my
Get over here.
face.
Get over here.
Whoa, I didn't
I'm
break
gonna
any
detain
laws.
you in a second, okay?
For what?
Because
I haven't
we
broken
got
the
a
law.
cause of disturbance.
No,
You have
but
weapons on you?
do you have reasonable articulable suspicion I
Yes,
committed
I
a
do.
crime? What?
Yeah, I got
What is
all
it?
the-
What is
I got
it?
a call from a trooper.
That doesn't
hit
matter.
his face and there's a
That's
disturbance.
it doesn't matter. I'm a
Yeah, it does
journalist.
matter.
I knocked on the
you
door
have
and asked
weapons on you?
questions. No, I have no weapons
You
on
have
me.
weapons on you.
We have
right
a
there.
camera of mass destruction. I'm
Don't-
putting my camera down.
Don't move. Don't move until I get backup units. You can put it away.
What's your name?
Officer Romansky, it says right here. Nope, just stay right
He
here.
pulled out a gun on me for knocking on the door.
No, you're on his property.
I'm allowed to go on his property and knock
No.
on the door. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Reyes is correct. He's allowed to go on the property since there were not any no trespass signs, and he could stay until he was told to leave.
You got to learn the law, man.
No.
I'm
You
a
need to-
journalist. No, you got to learn the law.
Okay. Let's just back
I'm
up.
allowed to ask questions.
Sure.
I am.
So let me tell you why we're here.
What's wrong with you? I'm not doing anything. I have no weapons on me. I have nothing.
Reyes showed the police officers his video. Still, the police decided not to charge Brian Fahey with anything, noting that Connecticut law doesn't consider spitting a crime unless it causes a physical harm or is aimed at a cop.
So what happened if I spit on you?
Well, then you would get arrested because I'm an officer. You can't spit on an officer because in the assault on an officer charge, bodily fluids are included.
So there is no charge. You're telling me, as a sergeant of the Groton Police Department, you're telling me there is no charge for a grown man spitting in another grown
I'm
man's
telling you
face.
that it doesn't fit assault.
Well, what does it fit? Isn't that your job to find out? What does it fit? Like
At
what
the most,
what
would
crime
fit
it
a
is?
breach of peace, but you're on his property. You interacted. You engaged the interaction. I mean,
So if it's a breach of peace, arrest him for a breach of peace.
well, that's the other issue that we're going down right now. Is you guys are also in violation of a breach of peace.
No.
As well as
I mean, take us
voyeurism.
both then. Take us both then. It's not
So-
voyeurism. It's not voyeurism to knock on somebody's door. That's not.
It is if
it's
he has
not.
a reasonable expectation of privacy and you invade on his curtilage.
No.
And you're recording.
You're wrong,
him.
but do it. Then I will gladly go take the ride. Arrest us both for a breach
All
of
right,
peace.
well then turn around for me.
Do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. This is ridiculous.
The Groton police arrested Reyes and his cameraman for voyeurism, breach of peace, and trespassing. State Trooper Fahey was charged with nothing. This incident has gone viral and grabbed the attention of lawyers and legal experts across the United States. They say Reyes acted within his rights and that it was Brian Fahey who should face charges, although not for assault.
The spitting, in my opinion, is not an actual assault under Connecticut law. What the spitting does do is it enhances the threatening nature of Fahey's conduct, especially because it occurred while he was armed and during a continually aggressive confrontation that was not reasonable under the circumstances. And that's why it opens the door to a law that does actually fit, and that is threatening in the second and first degree under Connecticut law.
And under Connecticut law, threatening is a felony. James White, who's a former police officer and prosecutor, now works as a defense attorney, says Brian Fahey met the Connecticut statute thresholds for threatening.
Visibly armed, he intentionally closed the distance to within inches of Reyes. He spat in his face, he body checked him, and he continually escalated a verbal confrontation while holding an unholstered weapon and announcing himself as a Connecticut state trooper without the privilege of the self-defense that he would have been afforded back on his porch.
White runs a must-subscribe YouTube channel called Southern Drawl Law. He notes a crucial moment in the Fahey-Reyes confrontation.
For about 50 seconds, Fahey is continuously crossing back and forth over a public sidewalk at the end of this private driveway. And Sean Paul is standing in public. Now, Connecticut does have a duty to retreat, but you have one armed guy and you have one guy acting like a complete lunatic with an unholstered gun. There is a scenario where a person sort of rolling up on the scene, not being a police officer, not knowing what's going on, could have felt like Reyes was in potential danger of death or serious bodily injury and could have shot Fahey. And I think a jury might have acquitted them in that situation.
A jury might have found somebody not guilty for shooting Brian Fahey in the situation. That's how menacing and threatening Fahey was in his actions, but also under Connecticut laws. Now, regarding the charges against Reyes, Attorney James White expects all of those charges to be eventually dropped.
When Sean Paul walks up to the door, he rings the doorbell and immediately steps off. Again, I'm glad he did it because I think he's doing it to avoid confrontation, but it also insulates him from any claim that there was voyeurism.
White says the trespassing and breach of peace charges also don't hold up. The legal exposure, says White, is with Brian Fahey and the Connecticut State Police.
He used his authority, his badge status, and his firearm in confrontation. Keep in mind that when the police officer talking to Sean Paul, they're like, well, you came to a trooper's house, not you came to a citizen's house. They specifically said you came to a trooper, meaning that they considered their response to this call as a response to a fellow law enforcement officer. That, him acting under the color of law, opens the door for a 1983 claim for First Amendment retaliation because of the filming and the billboard and Fahey's conduct under the color of law. So that opens up the Connecticut State Police. But because of the fact that the Groton PD sort of cooked the books here and tried to help Fahey instead of observing this objectively, they've opened themselves up for some federal lawsuits too.
Sean Paul Reyes says he will be filing federal lawsuits against Fahey, the Connecticut State Police, and the Groton Police Department. Attorney James White, who says he has never met or spoken with Reyes, agrees with other legal experts who say the Reyes lawsuit will be strong, even against the local police.
As far as Groton PD is concerned, I believe they conspired with Fahey to abuse process, malicious prosecution, First Amendment retaliation on their part too, because they really didn't arrest him until he kept pushing and kept criticizing their response. So that is First Amendment retaliation. It's also First Amendment retaliation because they repeatedly mentioned his approach to the door, his exercising his First Amendment rights with the billboard, all that stuff. All that was part of their calculus and the totality of the circumstances for them to make an arrest. So they, I think, are subject to retaliation claim as well under the First Amendment. But then we have an arrest for a felony that clearly lacks probable cause. All of those are Fourth Amendment claims that can be made under a 1983 lawsuit. And I think you got a Monell claim for Fahey because you got two previous incidents where they didn't do anything to him as a result of what he did in public at his job.
That's a reference to previous Connecticut internal affairs investigations of Brian Fahey that went nowhere.
And so you have maybe like the best and worst thing that could have ever happened to Sean Paul Reyes was this incident, because now he's got basically these two police departments on the hook as it relates to 1983 claims. He's like kryptonite to police departments.
Kudos to Sean Paul Reyes and also to Attorney James White. Be sure to subscribe to White's YouTube channel, Southern Drawl Law, and also to the Sean Paul Reyes YouTube channel, Long Island Audit. Both of these men, along with so many other attorneys, auditors, and activists, are educating police, enlightening all of us, and making our communities safer. In this country, constitutional rights still matter. Now, as a resident of Connecticut, which calls itself the Constitution State, I want to add a personal note here. To Ronell Higgins, the head of the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, who oversees the state police, and to Governor Ned Lamont, let me be clear, Brian Fahey needs to be fired immediately. He has proven over and over that he's a loose cannon, a tyrant, and a danger. He's also going to cost Connecticut state taxpayers millions of dollars. Enough already. Fahey is an embarrassment, and Connecticut, our state, deserves far better. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.